Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installment of Above It All, the series in which I take my hormones live. So, last night I was really drunk, and I saw this story drop, and I was like, you know what? I could make a video about this when I'm drunk, but I want to play Halo, so I'm sorry, oops. But here we have some very interesting audio. This is the Lev Parnas? Lev Parna? I don't know. Maybe you could ask Devin Nunes how to pronounce that guy's name. Either way, I'm going to let the clip play.
Bernie Sanders is out of it. They rigged it. Bernie would have beat Hillary in that right now. That would have been tougher. Yeah, I agree.
So here's one thing I want to say. I lived throughout all of 2016. I started paying attention to electoral politics as soon as the primary started because, my family was, not necessarily super political, but they taught me to say, like politics is important. That was the first election I could vote in. So I was like, let me pay attention. And I remember waking up the morning after Iowa. And because, I didn't care enough to stay up all night and my sleep schedule was shitty. So I woke up the morning after Iowa and I was like, they tied? What? They basically tied in Iowa. There's a lot of backstage, shenanigans. There was a lot of states like New York where people couldn't even register to vote for Bernard. It was a little bit absurd, the shit that they were pulling to make sure that Bernard wouldn't win. Now, do I have enough data and evidence to suggest that if hypothetically every state, all 50 states, was an open primary, and you could have same-day voter registration, if that were the case, would Bernie have won in 2016's primary? I don't know. I maybe. I think probably, but I don't know. I personally, maybe if someone has data that can suggest that, please let me know, because I am not entirely sure if that's an actual verified claim or not. I'd say probably, as in like 75% chance, but at the same time, I don't know. But what I can tell you is that the fact that I don't know, the fact that it is up in the air, is why nobody likes Hillary Clinton. And so this clip, again, it will showcase going into the 2020 election. This is good stuff that showcases the mindset of Trump and how he's going to behave.
There was no hatred.
Right, you're right. There was no hatred. Millennials were right.
But she, as great as he was, half my motivation in working was not let her do it.
100%.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I think a big part of our
vice president would.
That this isn't my cup, by the way. I just want to stipulate in case someone's watching this video. I have never seen that movie. Someone in my house has this cup. It's not mine. It's a good coffee cup. I just want to stipulate I don't like Pokemon. I used to like Pokemon when I was a kid, but this is not my cup. I just want to make this sure. Everyone knows. If you want me to get a better cup, feel free to give me money on Patreon, but just saying that's not my cup, so let's get back to this.
100%. Right. Yeah. That's why I think a big part of our
vice president would have been tougher.
Kane was what I couldn't.
But I think Bernie, because all those people that hated her so much who voted for me, I got 20% of Bernie vote. People don't realize that because of trade, because he's a big trade guy. He basically says we're getting screwed on trade, and he's right. I'm worse than he is, and we can do something about it. I don't know if he could have, but had she picked Bernie Sanders, it would have been tougher. It was the only one I didn't want her to pick.
Unbelievable. From the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between and everyone out between. From the horse's mouth. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, this stuff. Absolutely. Trump knows that Bernard would have beat him. He knows that if Bernard were vice president, he says it himself, it would have been tougher. If someone of Trump's kind of ego saying something like, oh, that would have been tougher. Yeah? That would have been tougher. That is unbelievable. Honestly. In fact, it's actually really believable. But, it just goes to show you, Bernard's gonna win this primary. And I know I keep saying this. I was in literally a week. 8 days, actually. Let me check. Yes, today's okay. So Iowa is in just over a week. Bernie's gonna fucking win, and when Bernie's the nominee, I know this whole right now is the primary. Right now, the final boss in our crosshairs. Well, I guess not the final boss, but the boss in our crosshairs right now is Biden. We have to deal with Biden. We have to deal with Tom Perez. We have to deal with Nancy Pelosi. And we have to deal with Elizabeth Warren. We have to deal with even Andrew Yang at some point. If Andrew Yang doesn't drop out before Super Tuesday, then I'm going to make a lot more Yang videos. Like, if like, I will spend the day before Super Tuesday making 39 trillion Yang videos if he does not drop out by that point, because Jesus Christ, that guy is an actual genuine threat to this fucking election. And it's a small one. It's a small one. Like, again, it's a small one, but him and Tulsi combined, that's like fucking 10% of the electorate that would other hand go to Bernie. You know, like, 9/10 of those people would probably go to Bernie. And so, like, that's an actual thing we have to deal with. But right now, Biden's the main enemy. But when we have the nomination, when Bernie wins, and it's like, and we go all in on Trump, oh my God. This year is going to be amazing. There's a reason I started this political series this year. I was going to start it last year, but, you know, I just didn't have the proper amount of fortitude and dedication. But now I just 2020 is going to be literally one of the biggest years just ever in American history. This is amazing. Oh God, I cannot wait. The stuff like this cheers me the fuck up, because it shows that the people on the political soap opera, they do know deep down, they do know what a force Bernie is, and that alone, it's gonna happen. I'm just telling you. I'm letting you know. It's gonna happen. It's gonna.